And the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo for all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
A&S Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section, and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors. Make your holidays brighter when you shop at A&S Hardware at Bonaventure Road, Gasparillo.
With a heart full of thanksgiving and a spirit of joy, we pledge to lovingly serve humanity as service to God. Come, celebrate and win in Extra Foods' 55th anniversary promotion. Be the lucky winners of 55-inch smart televisions. Just spend $300 and fill out the entry form and place it in the box at the branches located Arima, Grand Bazaar, Endeavour, and Shagwanas. Drawing date on 31st August 2020. Extra Foods, always something extra for you, and thank you for shopping at Extra Foods.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liqueur, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liqueur, wholesale and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
To you, Newsday Classifieds. Take Value Optical to be your partner.
I do.
I do.
I now pronounce free eye test from Value Optical for Newsday Classified customers. Call the Newsday Classified reps for more information. You may now kiss the bride.
And a very good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and thank you very much for choosing 97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper. I am Kenrick Jaggernaut, and at this time, which is just about 14 minutes here past the hour of 6 o'clock, I cross you over now to Uma Ratan Singh for today's horoscope.
Welcome to the airwaves of U97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. We are coming to you live from number 42 Exchange Lot, Scoover, Trinidad and Tobago. You can also catch us on YouTube at RCL, U97.5 and Facebook. It's a great morning to wake up to another day of life and blessings to serve your purpose. Take a moment and prepare yourself to begin this day with peace, love and positive energies. Let U97.5 FM be your companion throughout the day and night as we bring to your homes, vehicles, offices and hearts great programming throughout the day and night with news, daily horoscope, talk shows, recipes, musical entertainment and much more. It's a blessed and positive morning as we are getting ready to face the day. I am Uma Ratan Singh and welcome to your daily horoscope, brought to you with the kind compliments of Jyoti's Butcher Store of Main Road Chase Village for all your butcher needs. Let's see what the stars have in store for you today. Aries, in your personal life, try to rekindle the spark and leave everyday reality outside when you return to your love nest. Surprise your partner, and you might well find that they will return the gesture. Taurus, you will face some difficulties understanding people from your work line. Be calm and try to improve the mood and diffuse the tension. Your finances seem to improve significantly, and you will finally get the deep breaths you needed. Gemini, you and your partner will talk things through and make some nice plans for your life together. A small trip would be very good for both of you. Cancer, if you want everything to go well, don't make any decision unless you have thought things through. Move calmly according to a solid plan without your usual anxiety, and you shall succeed. Leo, your good mood will help you have a good time in your relationship. Don't think about the things that have hurt you. Instead, lay a new solid foundation, make your suggestions, and everything will be fine. Virgo, you will face difficulties and obstacles that require careful handling and patience. Otherwise, they will throw you off your schedule. Your finances demand immediate organizing and planning that will help you feel safe and in control. Libra, the positive influences affect you and help you set things in order and find some peace. Be reluctant when facing deals or collaborations that could be traps. Scorpio, at work you are getting better every day. Don't make any hasty moves and don't act before you think. Don't let delays irritate you and your bad mood out of colleagues for no reason. Sagittarius, make sure you do not panic and don't feel guilty about any issues that you know you have handled in the best possible way. This week will help your interpersonal relationship. Capricorn, you will face extremely competitive people who can make you vengeful and intolerant. Stay away from such conflicts because they can only harm you. Aquarius, don't overestimate your strengths and abilities. Instead, remain conservative and focus on your obligations. Pisces, don't let your anger get the better of you. See yourself for your true worth and value yourself. And that's your horoscope for today, brought to you with the kind compliments of Jyoti's Puja Store of Main Road, Chase Village, for all your puja needs. And if it's your birthday, happy birthday to you from the management and staff of U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. And if it's your anniversary, happy blessed anniversary. And your code for today, start each day with a positive thought and a grateful heart. Join me same time on Monday for your daily horoscope. I am Irma Rattan Singh, wishing you a safe, blessed and positive day ahead. Stay tuned for You Talk with Kenrick Jagannath.
Well, thank you very much, Uma, for today's horoscope. And note that this feat here came to you with the compliments of Jyoti's Puja Store of Shabonas. Good morning, people. Good morning, and thank you very much for choosing 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, as your radio of choice. I am Kenrick Jagannath, and yes, I'll be taking you until the hour of 9 this morning as we continue to look at the issues of the day, the challenges facing us here in Trinidad and Tobago, and also offer you, our ardent listening audience, an opportunity to share your thoughts and to share your views with us. The time in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, it's just about 20 minutes here past the hour of 6 o'clock. And that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of Radio 975 FM, Hot Like a Pepper. Well, as I look out of our studio here in Couva in central Trinidad, I look out and I can tell you that the sun is up. Yeah, it's a bit bright here in central Trinidad, but according to the Met Office, we can expect some showers today. So if you do have to venture outside, as I usually advise, please walk with an umbrella and stay hydrated. Why? Because the Saharan dust is in the air, and the Met Office has asked those people who are suffering with respiratory ailments to take all of the necessary precautions. To all of the motorists plying the north-south route this morning, please, folks, exercise some caution. Exercise caution, ease your foot off the accelerator. We do not want to add to the road fatality figure. Yes, we want you around for the rest of 2020 and for 2021. Stay with us here, 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. Remember, we are broadcasting to you live from Couva in central Trinidad, and you can catch us live at RCL U975. You can also catch us on Facebook. And to get into our discussion this morning, well, you need to call us at 636-7547, 227-5739, and you can also WhatsApp us at 378-4975. Today, it's Friday, the 28th of August, 2020. Let's go to a very short commercial break. And when I come back, well, I'll keep you abreast of all of the major stories as published in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. Remember, you can go outside there and purchase your copy of this publication. It is chock full of news, views, interviews, and yes, you can also get the latest in the world of sport. The Newsday newspaper, available at all leading newsstands throughout the country.
Jyoti's Puja Store is your one-stop puja store for all puja, wedding and cremation materials. Also available books, mithai and murtis made to order. Visit Jyoti's Puja Store today and be greeted with the kindest and most courteous staff with best prices and secured parking. Jyoti's Puja Store located at 542 Southern Main Road, Chase Village, Shigwanas. Contact 671-3849.
U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio is now on Facebook. Like us, follow and share our page. We'll be sharing the latest news, tips and much more. You can also view what's happening in our studio. Find us on YouTube and subscribe to our channel at RCL U975.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
You've been waiting. You've been asking. Now, are you ready?
Are you ready for the hottest Sunday morning radio show? Murtani Sundays returns! Tune in to U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper Radio, every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. with yours truly, the DJ Flavio Experience. We pop in again every Sunday, U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. You think this come with a free pass?
Join me every Sunday for Love Vibrations from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. featuring all your favorite love songs from every decade and the most powerful quotes ever written. You can send your shout-outs. WhatsApp 378-4975, or you can simply call 636-7547 or 227-5739, or go online to www.975radio.com. It's hosted by yours truly, DJ Sean, on U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
I found a love for me.
To you, Newsday Classifieds. Take Value Optical to be your partner.
I do.
I do.
I now pronounce free eye test from Value Optical for Newsday Classified customers. Call the Newsday Classified reps for more information. You may now kiss the bride.
Yes, so 24 minutes here past the hour of 6 o'clock, and you're with the most interactive morning program on the airwaves of Trinidad and Tobago. You Talk with yours truly, Kenrick Jaggernaut. And yes, I'll be taking you until the hour of 9 this morning as we continue to look at the issues of the day, the big stories facing us here in Trinidad and Tobago, the topics that are on the lips of everyone. And yes, I'll also invite you into the conversation. And to do so, you need to call me at 636-7547, 227-5739. Good morning, people. Good morning. And thanks for choosing 97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio as your medium of choice. Today, it's Friday, August 28, 2020. And in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper, it's 48 pages in total. So let's take a look now at some of the stories as published in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. Well, the banner headline this morning, and to me rather, I'm now discussing this here with my colleague Shiva Parasram. To me, this is a non-issue. I don't see what's the big thing about it. What's the issue surrounding Fitzgerald Hines? The banner headline says, Hines in hot water. Minister, I'm the most generous man. The Congress of the People, to this end, well, they are calling for his immediate resignation. Really? Don't you think that there are more serious issues in front of us, folks? Huh? Don't you think there are more serious issues in front of us? Of course, there are. Anyway, Roberts Naked named among opposition senators. You know, people in this country, bacchanal never ceases. Yeah, we tend to grow on bacchanal in Trinidad and Tobago. We love bacchanal. That's part of our mantra, bacchanal in Trinidad and Tobago. We love bacchanal. Well, I'll tell you about that a bit later on in the program. So let's get inside of the Newsday today. Hines in hot water, but stands by sentiments in Facebook post. New Minister of Youth Development and National Services, Fitzgerald Hines, appears to have doubled down on a controversial social media post, which he published and then deleted hours later on Wednesday. Well, that story and the details you can catch on page 3 of today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. I'm offering my opinion on the entire episode. To me, this is a non-issue. This is a non-issue. With a budget, low oil prices, the economy being stagnant, COVID-19 rampaging through Trinidad and Tobago, and who vexed laws, that's my opinion. A health system that is being overwhelmed with this matter. The murder toll continues to climb in Trinidad and Tobago, and we have the time, the energy, the oxygen to talk about Fitzgerald Hines. Come on, people, let's get real in this country. So we're moving on to the Newsday again. I will hold government's feet to the fire. Naked Roberts joined new opposition Senate bench. Well, this is bacchanal. This is bacchanal. Say what? This is bacchanal. Prime Minister meets with community recovery team. Primary school principals prepare for September reopening. But when I say reopening, I'm using that in inverted commas. Yeah, not physically, of course, but virtual. There'll be virtual teaching when school reopens, so to speak, on the 1st of September. So we'll continue to monitor that. So to catch those details, well, you need to get today's edition of the Newsday, and you can read all about these matters on page 5. Marabella dad believes girls abducted, body parts sold. Yet another South school girl has disappeared in less than a month, and one father strongly believes that young girls are being abducted and their body parts sold. Very interesting, eh? To this end, he is urging parents to be extremely careful when they allow their girl children to leave the house. Missing are students Azaria Joseph, Chiquita Clinton, both 16 years old, and Princess Phillips, who is 18 years old. 4 charged for a string of robberies, home invasion. 4 people have been charged with several robberies and home invasions carried out in the Four Roads district in Diego Martin. Police probe door kicking at a Cora hospital. Remember, we broke that story to you yesterday. Police keep close watch on a pyramid scheme. And police, woman tied to bed in video is not missing Venezuelan girl, contrary to reports, of course. Now, this is the big bacchanal here this morning. Eh? Opposition objects to Bridget Anisette George as Speaker. To this end, Kamla Prasad Bisesa, opposition leader, would have written a letter, a strong letter, taking serious issue with government's appointment of Speaker of the House. In this respect, Bridget Anisette George. Well, we'll continue to monitor that story. 65 more active COVID-19 cases, including non-nationals. Let me repeat that. 65 more active COVID-19 cases, including non-nationals. The number of cases thus far, according to my information, is 1,476. 15 deaths, recovered 594, and active cases 867. My apologies, yes, 867. The story said the number of active COVID-19 cases increased by 65 yesterday, taking the total number to 847. So, well, the country will celebrate another independence on Monday, and according to reports, there will be no independence parade, no fanfare, no fireworks. It's probably the first time in the history of Trinidad and Tobago that this country will be engaging, rather celebrating an independence without any sort of fanfare and fireworks and so on. Sometimes on an independence night, it is customary for people to gather in and around the Queen's Park, Savannah, and even in San Fernando to look at the fireworks. But that is not going to happen this year based on what we are hearing and what we are reporting to you. So let's move on. Children's Authority, Benjamin is no longer chairman. The Children's Authority has issued a media release reminding the media the term of office of the Board of Management has come to an end. As a result, Mr. Hanif Benjamin is no longer the chairman and would not be in a position to speak on behalf of the authority. Princestown student arrested with drugs, lost Morva toddler reunited with family. Now, this is another matter which I want to deal with here this morning, because today, yes, the ceremonial opening of Parliament from just around 10:30 this morning, the ceremonial opening of a Parliament. And the first matter on the table is the legislation to deal with the mandatory of this matter of wearing masks. Of course, it is mandatory. Former People's Partnership Minister and MP Herbert Volney is questioning whether legislation to make wearing masks in public mandatory will be effective to encourage people to comply with public health regulations designed to spread, or rather to stop the spread of COVID-19. The legislation will be laid in Parliament today. It will be the first sitting of Parliament after the August 10th general election. In a post on his Facebook page yesterday, Volney referred to statements made by Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi about the legislation. Look, I know that there will be pockets of dissent. There will be some people outside there who will continue to oppose this measure. But I have been calling on this for the longest while, even before Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi would have spoken about it, and Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley would have spoken about it. Over about 6 weeks now, I have been calling on the government of the day to ensure, or rather do something, somewhere, take whatever power they have within them to ensure that the wearing of masks is mandatory. Well, hello, hold on. The wearing of a mask is not the wear at all, you know. No, it's not the wear at all. The wearing of a mask does not necessarily signal to you that you will not contract the virus, you know, that is COVID-19. It is just an additional layer of security. You need to wash your hands, observe social distancing, and by extension, all of the guidelines coming from the Ministry of Health. So I just want to make that very clear to you this morning. That does not mean to say that if you wear a mask, you can become reckless. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. And already there are reports that the entire health system in this country is being overwhelmed with the number of positive cases which we are seeing on a daily basis. So it's a very frightening situation indeed, people. Very, very frightening. And some of us are taking this matter as a joke. We are taking it very lightly indeed. Even this morning coming to the studio here in the Couva area, I saw a number of people on the streets, going about to their various destinations and what have you. And they too are not wearing masks. So I don't know what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago. Here it is now, you're calling on the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service to ensure that you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, behave in a particular way, whereby the police service can use that that energy, that enthusiasm to fight real crime in Trinidad and Tobago. Now they have to ensure that you wear a mask. Come on, we need to behave as a people, We need to behave. Anyway, those are about some of the stories, as I said, published in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. You can go outside there and get your copy of this publication. It is priced at only $3 and it's available at all leading newsstands throughout Trinidad and Tobago. Well, let's look at what is happening in the world of sports as we continue to focus on the Caribbean Premier League. Well, 2 games were played yesterday down at the Queen's Park Oval. And yes, the Trinbago Knight Riders got the better of the Guyana Amazon Warriors. A winning streak indeed for the Trinbago Knight Riders. And yesterday too, well, there was this fixture between the St. Lucia Zouks and the Patriots. The St. Lucia Zouks made 111 for 4, and the Patriots, well, they could only muster 110 for the loss of 9 wickets. Today is a rest day. Yes, today is a rest day. Some of you don't know that. Yes, today is a rest day, and CPL action continues tomorrow at the Queen's Park Oval. The first game tomorrow morning, Trinbago Knight Riders coming up against defending champions Barbados Tridents, and in the latter game, the afternoon game, which is just around 2:15, you will have the Patriots coming up against the Jamaica Talawas. Those are the 2 games on tomorrow. And Sunday, well, you have the Tridents versus the Zouks at 10 o'clock, and at 2:15 you have the Patriots coming up against the Guyana Amazon Warriors. Then action will shift again next week down to the Brian Lara Cricket Academy for 10 games, and then we are into the semi-final 1, which is on Tuesday the 8th of September, and the semi-final 2 also on Tuesday the 8th of September, and then the grand final on Thursday the 10th of September. Stay with us here, 975 FM Hot Like Pepper, but I have a caller here on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, my friend.
That latter game, when it will start?
When you say latter game, which one are you talking about?
That's what you just said, so I'm curious to know where it's going to be held and what time.
All right. I recognize the voice, my friend. All right, on Saturday, you've got 2 games, and these games will be played at the Queen's Park Oval. The first game is at 10 o'clock in the morning, and the latter game, which is at 2:15, that's the Patriots coming up against the Talawas. I hope that satisfies your curiosity, yes?
It did.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you for the information. Very good.
All right, thank you very much, yes. Yeah, again, let me repeat, tomorrow, 2 games. At the first game at 10 o'clock in the morning, the Tridents coming up against the Trinbago Knight Riders. And the other fixture at around 2:15, you have the Patriots coming up against the Jamaica Talawas. And on Sunday, you have the Tridents versus the Zouks, and Patriots versus the Guyana Amazon Warriors. Well, yesterday, some of you may remember that I would have spoken to former Sports Minister Manohar Ramsaran, who is not too very enthused about T20 cricket. Well, everybody, to each his own. But to me, T20 cricket is all about entertainment. Some people cannot, or they find it very difficult or challenging to actually look at 4-day games and so on. So they look at, fast cricket, so to speak. Anyway, stay with us here, 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. We're climbing up to the hour of 7 o'clock at just about 22 minutes here to the hour of 7. And that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of Radio 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. Let's go to some commercials here this morning. Remember, you can go outside there and purchase your copy of this publication, the Newsday newspaper, and it's available at all leading newsstands throughout Trinidad and Tobago.
To you, Newsday Classifieds. Take Value Optical to be your partner.
I do.
I now pronounce free eye test from Value Optical for Newsday Classified customers. Call the Newsday Classified reps for more information. You may now kiss the bride.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, your chachi, your chacha, your grandpa, your grandma. We need to pray for our nation. God bless you. Thank you.
U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio is now on Facebook. Like us, follow and share our page. We'll be sharing the latest news, tips and much more. You can also view what's happening in our studio. Find us on YouTube and subscribe to our channel at RCL U97.5.
Can't go anywhere to enjoy yourself? Well, join us on 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio, as we got your Saturdays covered. The party starts from 8 a.m. Yes, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. We got Sharon Baruch alongside DJ Vishal. 12 to 3 p.m. Captain Kendall is in full flight and will take you straight into 3 to 6 as DJ Anil will put you into the mix. Then from 6 to 9, the man DJ Sean, half man, half amazing, takes the spotlight from 6 to 9. And from 9 to 1, the man Corky D steps into the building and he will mix it up for you into the morning. Tune in, log on 975radio.com as we put you in the party mood with all of our DJs and announcers. Tell your friends, tell your family, 975radio.com.
Join me every Sunday for Love Vibrations from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. featuring all your favorite love songs from every decade and the most powerful quotes ever written. You can send your shout-outs. WhatsApp 378-4975 or you can simply call 636-7547 or 227-5739 or go online to www.975radio.com. It's hosted by yours truly, DJ Sean, on U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
I found a love for me.
Trinidad is my land, and of it I am proud and glad. But I can't understand why some people just talk it bad. But I know all of them we running them out. Don't know where they're talking about. They will paint you black every day, and the right things they will never say. Like our sportsmen being rated among the best. Our scholars have sit and passed every test and put us right alongside the rest. But then our pitch lake is the greatest one of its kind. Our sugar and oil is really refined. So you see, friends, this is a real thing, so no man's mind. They just talk some nonsense. Me ain't know where they're doing it for. About so much violence, man, you would swear that we fighting war. Of course, we have we delinquents to face, but just like any other place, look, the things that I say about here is really too much for me to bear, because my people are daily making progress without any form of stupidness, and in this way we must gain success. For when we move in, we all move as one body, no bickering between you and me. For our policy stands for racial equality. Now when a stranger spending a little time in this lovely isle, every day you see him, he always have a heart to smile. When his time is up to depart, he would say with pride in heart, I'll be back, you could bet your life. And if I can't come, I will send my wife. And then he'll tell you, he really wants her to come, to drink some rum and have plenty fun in this great island in the sun. For Trinidadian, as foreigners do we call, it doesn't matter whether big or small, or if you're rich or poor, friends, we cater for one and all. So all of them we're talking, they either drunk or they're steering mad, or maybe they forget it, Mr. Universe belongs to Trinidad. And yet, we have men of talent and skill, with high hopes for love improving still. And if you think all this is a lie, the mighty sniper won't tell you why. Now our steel band is the best talent in this world. Like calypsos or stories are told, with this rhythm to touch your soul. So Trinidad, this lovely land of my birth, small but overwhelming in world. And as you know, Carnival is the greatest frolic on earth.
Well, a trivia question this morning. Can any one of you outside there identify the voice in that Calypso, the portrait of Trinidad? Just a trivia question indeed. I just thought I'd open a discussion with that Calypso for the next coming days or so. This Calypso will be played on the airways of Trinidad and Tobago. So I just decided to be one of the first to play that Calypso for you. Yes, the portrait of Trinidad by, yes, he is the mighty Sniper. They don't make them like this anymore, folks. They don't make them like this anymore. Yes, we celebrate our independence on a Monday, and in the face of COVID-19, well, there may not be any fanfare or fireworks and what have you, and I would imagine this would not go down well with the people of Trinidad and Tobago. But given what we are seeing in front of us, folks, we need to observe social distancing. Yes, observe all of the guidelines as issued by the Ministry of Health. Good morning, people. Good morning, and thank you very much for being part of 975 FM Hot Like Pepper family. We're moving up to the hour of 7 o'clock, just about 14 minutes here to the hour of 7. And that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of a radio 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. Note that you can call me this morning at 636-7547 and 227-5739. And you can also WhatsApp us at 378 4975. We are also live on Facebook, and yes, you can also catch us on YouTube at RCL U975. Let me repeat that again, at RCL U975. So what's in front of us for today? Yes, today it's a Friday, 28th of August 2020. Well, we have a number of issues, a number of matters which I want to discuss with you and share with you some information. Well, yes, Opposition Leader Kamla Prasad Bisesa would have announced yesterday who are the 6 opposition senators, and I know that a few names would raise your eyebrows, especially that of Anil Roberts. Yes, Anil Roberts is now in the Senate. He's one of the new faces in the upper house. The others are Deputy Leader of the United National Congress, Jerlene John, and yes, the return of the veteran, Wade Mark. Some were of the view prior to this announcement that Wade Mark may not return. Well, he is back in the Senate. Yes, Wade Mark is back in the Senate. I don't think that any information would have been coming from the opposition leader as to who would be the leader in the Senate. One would imagine that it would be Wade Mark. Also, Attorney Jayanti Lakshmi Dayal. Well, I don't know much of this woman. I don't know much about her. All I can tell you is that she is a lawyer and I think a mother. Also, too, David Naked. Yes, a former national footballer. Remember, Naked would have faced the poll in Tonopuna. He would have been defeated. Well, he has now come, quote-unquote, through the back door. He is now one of the senators as appointed by opposition leader Kamla Prasad Bisesa. The other is Damien Lider. Well, this gentleman too, I don't know much of him, but I'm sure in the coming days we'll get more information on him. But the matter of the announcement or appointment of Anil Roberts certainly would have caused some stir in the public domain, especially among the high-ranking officials of the People's National Movement. To this end, Dr. Keith Rowley would have offered his own thoughts on this matter, but I'll share that with you a bit later on. And yes, to some other bacchanal surfacing this morning, House Speaker, it's involving the House Speaker, Bridget Anisette George. Bacchanal there. Kamala objects to Bridget's reappointment. That's the headline in one of the newspapers here this morning. This is what the story is saying. Bacchanal is in the making over the appointment of Bridget Anisette George as House Speaker. So we can expect some fireworks, not only today, but whenever Parliament sits, we can expect some fireworks because the opposition, they're taking serious issue with Bridget Anisette George. They are saying that she is not fit to be the Speaker of the House. And to this end, Opposition Leader Kamla Prasad Bisesa would have written a letter to her indicating such. This is what the story continues to say. On the eve of the new parliamentary session, which begins today, Opposition Leader Kamla Prasad Bisesa has written a 13-page letter to Anisette George objecting to her reappointment as House Speaker. Well, if you want to, let's say, take certain issue with the House Speaker and you are objecting to her, let's say, appointment, well, then I would suggest that you offer or make some sort of recommendation for someone to be given that or to be offered that position. In the letter, Prasad Bisesa accused Anisette George of contributing to the virtual doomsday Trinidad and Tobago is facing with the deadly COVID-19 pandemic, and requested that Anisette George not accept the appointment, and if she does not, the opposition will raise concerns in the parliament and may also approach the courts. So that's a serious matter there. And in response, well, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is saying she will remain our choice. This is what he's saying. So Bridget Anisette George is unsuitable for Parliament. But hold on. He's also asking, but Anil Roberts is. So he's saying that if Bridget Anisette George is unsuitable to be appointed as Speaker of the House, how come you find favor with Alan Roberts coming through the back door as a senator, an opposition senator? This is what he said. This was a question posed by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley yesterday as he commented on the opposition leader's letter of objection to the nomination and election of Anisette George as Speaker of the House of Representatives. Anil Roberts was yesterday named as one of 6 senators by opposition leader Kamla Prasad Bisesa. Rowley said Anisette George will remain the choice of the majority of members of the House. Well, he holds a majority, 22 seats in Parliament, as opposed to the opposition, who holds 19 seats, a very slim majority indeed. He was asked for a comment on the fact that Prasad Bisesa had indicated in correspondence released to the media that she and her parliamentary team would not be supporting Anisette George's nomination as Speaker at today's ceremonial opening of Parliament. Well, the Parliament has not even opened as yet. The ceremonial opening will start from just around 10:30 this morning, and already there is bacchanal in the House. It never ceases in Trinidad and Tobago, my friend. It never ceases. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Oh. Well, let's hope this Friday morning does not continue like this, because I want to get your calls into the program here this morning. As we're heading up to the hour of 7 o'clock, just about 6 minutes here to the hour of 7, and that time check came to you to the kind courtesy of Radio 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. Well, just in case it escaped you, well, Julian John, Wade Mark, Jayanti Lakshmi Dial, David Naked, and businessman Damien Lider. They are the new opposition senators. Of course, this matter will be discussed in the coming days. I'm sure about that. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Morning, Kendrick.
Good morning.
I'm on the call this year.
All right, go.
Between me and you, let me wish you a good weekend.
Well, I always have a good weekend, once there's CPL cricket.
Right. That is important. I want to know that you have a good weekend, because you have it between Monday to Friday.
Yes, true.
Right. So,
all the fellas not easy. All the fellas not easy outside there,
Let me tell you what happened. If the opposition don't want Anisette George, the speaker will be nominated, and the speaker will be put there without their will or their will. don't have to have an input into it, or they don't want to have an input into it.
No, but the speaker is elected by the Electoral College.
Right. And if the PNM say there is them choice, and 22 of them vote for she.
Look, my friend, the die is cast, you know. The die is cast. Bridget Anisette George will be the Speaker of the House, jump high or jump low.
So what is Kamala then problem?
The problem is there will be more bacchanal in the House.
So because they appoint she, it has to have a bacchanal for the next 5 years. That is what she said. This is what them going there to help nobody, to help anything, Kelly. Them going there to just put pressure on the government so the country will run down to bankruptcy, get at another bankruptcy.
All right, well, let me provoke your thoughts this morning. What's your take on Anil Roberts coming through the back door?
Well, boy, you see them. I hear a man on a radio station from the PNM. And the way he get on with what he was saying in that radio station, I don't know how they come down on that radio station yet, because they always, every time he don't talk, they have a disclaimer. And for she to put him there, I don't know what difference they're going to make, because it looks like he will get put on and said it all the time. That is that one I'm talking about. So going back to Wade Mark, well, I can't get to Wade Mark, he does hold there still plenty. So he does be pulling it, they're still going anyway. So you have to put it there because they get a hand nobody better than you. So you have to leave it there. So you have to, and Naked and no easy man either. He don't care if the storm come or the storm may come. So that is, you have to hear them, the group in that Senate to 116 of them. But I don't know which way they're going. So let me wait until the debate goes. But the point about it, I am driving. Why you going through all this thing, writing all this thing when you was there with your man for 5 years? And knowing that they will still appoint you. And they will still put you there. And you will have to continue with that for 5 years. Calm down and cool down a little bit and clear the thing going on in the road, man. And say something, man. And when that time reach, then you will make your problem. Later, partner.
All right, friend. Well, thank you very much for your contribution here with me this morning. I'm asking here this morning, so what's wrong with our partner? What's wrong with Brian Big? Huh? What's wrong with Brian Big? Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 975. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning and welcome.
And good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, like Camilla wants to start with bacchanal, illiteracy and stupidness for the country one time. There's a time when she had to come up properly and organize herself. I mean, we know they have all the things with the financial problem with the legal system. What they want to do is distract the public because they know the judicial system well prepared, the different systems well prepared and all that. She put back Anil Roberts, right? Wayne Mark would play the fool with the system, take the exam and play the fool again, and do all kind of different stupidness. What she only wants to be prepared for bacchanal. Stand up good like a strong woman this time and organize for the country. Not the bacchanal and stupid. She knows Anisette George will be the speaker, a knowledgeable speaker, an honest speaker, a straight up speaker. So she have to avoid them stupidness. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, my friend, for your contribution here with me this morning. Well, I know that there will be a number of dissenting voices outside there over the appointment of Anil Roberts as a new senator coming through the back door. Remember, this man was embroiled in controversy, concerning the live sport program, and he would have resigned in 2014. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Morning, Kenrick. Morning.
And good morning to you.
Yes, yeah, you know, you hear much dotishness when before this, I call in. I mean, if you're going to start a new session of Parliament and you're calling for the country to come together and let us take the country forward, we just had an election, and the opposition in the last session moved a motion of no confidence in the Speaker. They are saying they now have no confidence in the Speaker. What is wrong with the government, the Prime Minister, appointing somebody that will find favor with both sides of the house as a start. You're not doing that. You are adamant. The ordinary judge will be the speaker and who vexed laws. But when somebody come and appoint Annie Roberts and the opposition appoint, all you're finding objection with that. You understand? How you going to? The Prime Minister should be more magnanimous. He should say, okay, we don't want to start off on the wrong foot. Let me put somebody as a Speaker of the House, nominate somebody for Speaker of the House, somebody else that will find favor with both sides, and we'll have a cordial relationship going forward. But you start up with a sort of controversy by being adamant that you want this person.
No, but hold on. Let me throw your mind back again to when Wade Mark was the Speaker of the House.
Yes.
There would have been concerns and questions asked by the opposition then, the People's National Movement,
yes,
as to his, let's say, objectivity.
Yes.
And the way and manner in which he carried about himself in the House. There would have been objection to that.
Agreed,
so I'm
yes.
saying to you, the Speaker of the House is a creature of the government of the day. They have the majority.
I am agreeing, but this is there's a difference in this year, Kendrick, because Wade Mark only served one term.
Mm-hmm.
One term. This is a new session going to start. And we just had a motion of no confidence in the Speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And why would the government pursue with this lady if you know very well that the opposition is not in agreement with that appointment?
Well,
you understand? So they are looking to control. They're putting somebody there who they believe that would, weigh heavily on their side.
Mm-hmm.
Notwithstanding the fact that they are the ones who appointed her. But the Speaker must be seen to be impartial. And if you're going to start off on that premise, that means that you're booking no objections. Whatever you say is boss, whatever you say goes.
Well, I hear you, my friend. That's why I say it will be bacchanal. The Parliament session has not opened as yet. And bacchanal has already started. Objection to Bridget Annisette George and the PNM, well, of course, they raised serious concern over how come Annie Roberts, who had all these controversies surrounding him, can now walk in through the back door and sit as a senator. That's the issue we're discussing here today, and I want to get your thoughts on it. Anyway, stay with us. I know our lines are burning up, but I need to go to the 7 o'clock news with Uma Ratan Singh, and then I will come back to you. Stay with us here, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper.
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice. Something for everyone. 975 FM. Music for you. It's all about you.
U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, multicultural radio.
Power to the listeners.
It is now time for Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Elisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
This is the 7 a.m. news on U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. I am Uma Ratan Singh. Good morning. The ceremonial opening of the 12th Parliament takes place today at the Red House in Port of Spain. It is expected to start at 10:30 a.m. The members of the House of Representatives and members of the Senate will take the oath of office. Her Excellency Paula May Weeks is scheduled to address the members of both houses at once. The ceremony will be done under the public health regulations. Meanwhile, legislation to make mask wearing mandatory will be the first order of business when the House resumes its sitting at 1 p.m. The opposition has thus far stated it will support the bill. And the United National Congress has named its 6 senators. They include Wade Mark, Jaylene John, Anna Roberts, David Naked, Damian Lyder, and Jayanti Lakshmidiyal. And continuing with news from the Parliament, the opposition has objected to the nomination of Bridget Annisette George as Speaker of the House of Representatives. In a statement, opposition leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar claimed during the 11th parliamentary session, Annisette George did not exemplify or act with impartiality. She said she wrote to the Speaker of the House informing that the United National Congress is not prepared to support the nomination. Prasad Bisesa said the opposition reserves the right to approach the courts to seek a declaration that Anisette George's action, detailed in the letter, have deprived the opposition benches of their rights to speak in Parliament. The annual Independence Day parade has been cancelled. This was confirmed in a media release from the Ministry of National Security. According to the ministry, this is as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. The ministry, however, reminded citizens that they must abide by the public health guidelines. This country will celebrate Independence Day on Monday. 47 new cases of COVID-19 have been confirmed yesterday evening, bringing the total number of active cases to 867. According to the Health Ministry, of these 47 persons, 20 at the Trinidad and Tobago 20 are at the Trinidad and Tobago Defence Force site. It assured that these individuals pose no risk of spread to the population of Trinidad and Tobago. It added that these bring the total number of non-nationals testing positive for COVID-19 during Phase 2 to 44. The other 17 non-nationals were previously admitted through the parallel healthcare system. Since the start of the pandemic, 1,476 persons have been tested positive for COVID-19. And regionally, Ganga Prasad was yesterday sworn in by President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali to be a member of Guyana's Public Service Commission. Prasad replaces Geeta Chandan Edmond, who resigned earlier this year following her nomination to the opposition's list of candidates for March 2nd general and regional elections. President Ali noted that Prasad's appointment comes at a very critical time. And internationally, the Japanese Prime Minister has announced his resignation for health reasons. He said he did not want his illness to get in the way of decision-making and apologized to the Japanese people for failing to comply his term in office. The 65-year-old has suffered for many years from ulcerative colitis and inflammatory bowel disease, but he said his condition had worsened recently. Last year, he became Japan's longest-serving prime minister. His current period in office began in 2012. In 2007, he resigned abruptly from an earlier term as prime minister because of his struggles with the illness, a chronic condition that he has lived with since he was a teenager. And on to the weather forecast for today. Trinidad and Tobago will be mostly sunny at times and breezy. The day will be interrupted by brisk showers in a few areas. The current temperature is 28 degrees Celsius and expected to reach a high of 34 degrees Celsius as the day progresses. And that brings us to the end of the 7 a.m. news on New 97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Join us at 8 a.m. for more news. I am Uma Ratan Singh wishing you a good morning.
Well, thank you very much, Uma, for our 7 o'clock newscast on 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. Note that the time in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, it's just about 9 minutes here past the hour of 7 o'clock, and that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of radio 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. You are with the morning program, the most interactive morning program on the airwaves of Trinidad and Tobago. And you can share your thoughts with me at 636-7547 and 227-5739. Let's go to some commercials. And when we come back, of course, we'll continue with our discussion, but our callers are back on the line. Hello, good morning, and thank you very much for choosing us. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you, friend.
Shall you remember Wade Mark? Remember Wade Mark, who played the fool in the parliament? And it's one thing I'm glad Mr. Rowley did, so that he will show them where it stand. They could go bacchanal and all that. And I like how we have a leadership and show them a leader. Show them honesty. Show them who care about the country. And show them that in charge. Not the ming-ming stupidness. And when they put them out of them dotishness. Leadership, show them whether she like it or not. That she run backward and forward in court like a fool after stealing so much money. Thank you.
No, my friend, my apologies. You cannot say that. My apologies to the opposition leader, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, for the thoughts of that last caller there. There's no evidence to support such, so my apologies. We do apologize for the contribution of that caller. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Kenny.
Yeah, good morning. Be careful what you're saying on radio, my friend.
But I now realize they have a term. They say allege. So let's go down the road.
So no, hold on. Let me again state that whenever anyone make a contribution on this program, you have to be very, very conscious of your contribution. Be very conscious of what you are saying. I do not want to get myself into problems, nor do I want to compromise the integrity of this program or the station. You understand? You understand my position? Yes.
You cut me off and explained that some time ago, and so I will try my best.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Good morning again.
Yeah. Good morning to you.
You say Bacchanal. We have a saying Couture and Ginger because because I don't understand what is this lady trying to prove.
No, well,
I had a former speaker in the house bring a letter before the parliament and say he get this from the court to defend, I think was the Minister of Finance. Court had to say they had nothing to do with that. He put out the sitting opposition leader, the opposition leader at the time, out of the parliament. Wayne Mark probably was the worst speaker Senegal has ever seen. And he come back again.
All right, no, hold on. Stop right there. Let me contribute. You would agree with me that the appointment of a Speaker of the House, the presiding officer, is a creature of the government of the day because they have the majority, right? So whenever you appoint a speaker, that speaker in some way may show some quote-unquote level of biasness towards the government of the day. I have no problem with that. Because that's the way our parliament is let's say orchestrated, so to speak. If it is that you want to find somebody who is quite neutral, somebody who is objective, the Speaker of the House must come from outside, must be an independent person.
They have what we call the Electoral College.
And that is what I said. The Speaker is elected by the Electoral College, coming from both the opposition and the government.
Right. But there's a certain amount of vote that the government has, and I don't think all 22 members vote.
It's by the majority, and in this respect, the People's National Movement have their majority. So the opposition can jump high, they could jump low. Speaker Bridges and he said George will be the Speaker of the House.
You see, right? So we're looking at characters, and this is what we're looking at. Forget who appoints the Speaker. We're looking at characters of individuals and the actions of individuals in the portfolio they have. I've never seen the Speaker disrespect any member of the opposition in her 5 years. I've seen her correct them. I've seen them get on very disrespectful to the Speaker, especially Mr. Parad. And the Speaker have to pull him up and sometimes put him out because of his conduct.
Well, that is why she is the presiding officer. I'm not talking here about the Speaker. She is the presiding officer. Whoever is the presiding officer has that power to make a determination.
That is the opposition argument presently now. That she finds that the Speaker should not have done those things that she have done there. That is her argument.
Well, that's a matter of opinion, yes, don't you think?
Well, yes, because from my opinion, as again, character and judging speakers throughout the years, whether Pandey was in office, NR was in office, Mr. Manning was in office, ask any right-thinking person who is not a fanatic. The worst speaker and with the most amount of controversy we have ever seen a speaker, besides the man who raised up his shirt and showed the survey that he takes.
No, my friend, I've been following parliamentary sessions for the longest while, and whenever a speaker is appointed, in the main, it does not find favor with the opposition. So
they have never done.
It's
they
nothing
have
new.
never reached to the extreme that this one has reached to now. That's telling me they're taking this matter to court, and I have a person of Geraldine John with questions to answer. I have Anil Roberts come through the back door with multiple. You have a man with 36 million, go on 400 million in live sport that he can't answer for, and he come back to the back door again. Right? We have Munilal with questions to answer.
So tell me something. What has happened to live sport educator, one Adolphus Daniel, who received, according to reports, allegedly $34 million for teaching services he did not deliver?
His wife, he's before the court still. His wife filed for divorce, and the court tell her that she's entitled to half of the money.
But, you know, I'm just reminding you of this because people are saying their hands are clean, you know. That people should not criticize them, their hands are clean.
No, we have to be crazy. Then we have lost what we call moral. Then we have lost that as citizens of this country. Enjoy your morning, Mr. Kent.
All right, well, thank you very much. Well, maybe somebody outside there can explain to me where Anil Roberts was for the, let's say, about a year and a half or 2 years or so. He was out of the jurisdiction, I would imagine. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Yeah, call back to say I'll apologize. I was supposed to say it is alleged. And she have to stand big now. She mustn't come with yours for bacchanal in these times. And she must come to think and push the country forward. In this world economic time where things bad in the world. And I say thank you, Mr. Oli, for handling the economic situations as very good as he did. He didn't think no bacchanal and them stupidness. And time for the opposition to stand up like big people and push the country forward, not yourself. Thank you.
Yeah, but what is playing out in front of us, it will not appear to be so, because the parliamentary session has not opened as yet, and already there are concerns and objections about certain appointments. So the environment being created is not very healthy. I'm sure you would agree with me. Let's take this caller. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning. Yeah, good morning.
Who Kamala put up as a speaker?
Well, she put nobody yet, boy.
She put up nobody, but if she write a 13-page letter saying so, why should they put who she nominate on the paper so that people could have an idea when I say something?
Well, I could suggest a couple of names, you know. Brian Big for one, and an attorney at law.
Yeah, but he should have been a senator. Honestly speaking, sometimes I attack the man. I don't like when he just say he just come out and thing and whatsoever and thing. But I feel he should have been there instead of him.
Or rather, Shanti Budram, the coordinator, the coordinator for the Southern Jurisdiction for the USA.
Shanti Budram is a senator?
No. I'm just suggesting some names, you know.
Oh, the people who are really support Kamala?
Yeah.
They're a strong supporter. That Brian Big for one. He already takes senatorship in Parliament.
Well, according to Fitzgerald Hines, he just passed through the Senate.
Well, I think he's still working, right? But the point about it is that the man work hard. I feel that between me and you, they sacrifice the man to put Anil Roberts and put Napier. I feel so.
Yeah, but who is this young lady, Jayanti Lakshmi Dayal? I have not heard of her.
Well, they have a thing in the USA, they will say, you don't want to work there, and you don't want to come forward. But we don't hear from the airs. We don't hear people talking in the airs of the opposition leader, the Prime Minister, who to put here, who to put where. And that is what happened with Kamala right now. I can't understand. We're not going back in Parliament. I can't understand in the Senate he can't go back. What he going back there to do?
Well, hold on. This is the same veteran Wade Mark who spoke about Lysol will kill the COVID-19, yes?
Roman Ponchen.
No, I just want to remind you, the listening audience.
Yeah, no, he said Roman Ponchen has do work. And that could do work for COVID. That is the people that she looking to put back. You put back a man who can answer question in life sport. You put a man who have problem in his football fraternity when he was playing football, and all these kind. Jolene Jonathan answer questions, yes, all them kind of things. You mean that is really put back so you garden them or something? Because look, I don't know that, but after let she stay easy. The only thing the Speaker of that House had a problem with is when they bring a motion to Parliament, she say she accepted it, bring it under order so, and they refuse.
All right.
So they're not blaming themselves, they're blaming she for everything.
All right, let's take this other call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Hello, good morning. Well, I'm sorry to miss your call. You need to call us back. 636-7547, 227-5739. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Ken. Good morning.
Hi, good morning to you.
You know, when Donald Trump referred to Caribbean countries as S-hole countries, people take offense. But it was a true statement, you know. Look at what's happening this morning.
Well,
we have countries with better climate than North America, better natural resources than North America. We back of the line. They're in front, and we're in the back of the line. You know why? You know what happened this morning? If them could do, we could do too. It's never look in the mirror and let's show we could take things right, you know.
So it's tit for tat.
And them do that, we could do too.
It's tit for tat.
You understand? And this is why he was right. S-hole thinking. When it is this country, when our people will start looking at Trinidad and Tobago and trying to put things right. Who is Anil Roberts? Anil Roberts going to court? Anil Roberts went to court? Not to my knowledge. He wasn't convicted. Wade Mark wasn't convicted. Anna said, George, if the opposition have a problem with something, she had to say, we want to go to court. That's what the court for. That's what the court for Anil Roberts and Wade Mark. Take them there. Don't come in the public of waste time this morning on the program for a whole 4 hours, 3 hours, the Wade Mark, Anil Roberts. This country have a lot more than that. Let me show you something. You see this national award, this national whatever program. You know what it is? Plain and simple, an employment program. We have a problem with the economy. Are we not going to have nothing for economy for employment? So we're going to bring a young people, register for different programs and put it as employment. And say we have solved the unemployment situation in this country. The same day with the CCC. And let me tell you something. I was there. You know the CCC? One person will come back for 4 different sessions. At the end of the year, there is 4 different employment opportunities created. Not one person. That is 4 people. That is how we operate. My friend, unless we start getting serious, and this tit for tat and the big for back, you did it. We're going nowhere at all. And I'm dead damn fed up. Listen to these people, they're stupid.
All right, well, I hear you, Chris, and thank you very much for your contribution here with us this morning. Well, here's the reason why I opened the program this morning, and I am saying that we have so many burning issues in front of us today, and I talk about COVID-19, I talk about the economy, I talk about the murder rate continues to spiral in this country, and yet our policymakers, our decision makers cannot find consensus on an appointment. So can you imagine what will happen in Parliament in the coming months? Can you really envisage what will happen? Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Kenrick.
Hi, good morning to you.
I want to agree with the leader of the opposition for protesting against Ansett George, Bridget Ansett George. The reason is that she has turned down the opposition when they said crime was an important matter to discuss. She turned it down, and she put the whole country at risk when she turned down that COVID was a dangerous and a contagious disease. She said that is not important to discuss. So that she put the whole country at risk. All the blame should go on she. Thank you.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you very much. Well, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley does not see it like that. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
They have a thing called standing order, and if you raise the wrong standing order, and the speaker will tell you, well, you raise it among the wrong standing order, and you'll have to come back and raise it to the right standing order. That is the problem over there.
Well,
and that is the problem. I feel all you don't understand what's happening in the Parliament.
No, well, hold on. That's why I used the term presiding officer. I am the presiding officer. It is my determination. When you're in the house, you follow my rules. I am the boss here. You understand what I'm speaking? I am the, that's right.
But there are guidelines.
And that's
there's a book that speak up and tell you what standing order you should raise this matter on that.
Some may not find favor with her determination, but that's how the Parliament operates. You understand the point I'm making?
Yeah, but of course, because our last call is just now. We have to be living in a we have a man and at the gate, not the caller before this one. the old gentleman. He tell me, forget all about Arnold Roberts. Forget all the matters about Jolene John. So integrity, morality, that these people that's supposed to represent us, where the first murder under the UNC happened in Carapo. That man right now is before the court for murder after that whole life sport incident. We have a lady, bodyguard, she went Jack Warner send she away. Right? She get hold for thieving, must be lipstick or whatever in America. She get shoot in the bed.
All right, friend. Let's leave it there for the while. Let me take another call on the line.
All right.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Morning, can I?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry, my friend. We have a very bad connection. You can call me back, yes? Let's take this caller. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
I want to talk to me about integrity. I want to tell him something. This country had 3 oil and gas booms. We had been this country to build. And same PNM, same PNM, Deputy Prime Minister, Attorney General, turn around and say, oh God, this is rape. It's the worst set of thieving that ever take place in the whole world. Billions of dollars, and you come to talk to me this morning about integrity? Well, you just born. We're going to read. So boy, catch yourself when you're talking to me. Eh? Up to recently, the former mayor of Port of Spain said, if Dr. Williams had dead with the corruption in this country better off today. The former mayor of Port of Spain, Louis D. Singh, made that statement not even 3 months ago. So where come and tell me about integrity?
All right, let's leave it there, Chris. Let's leave it there. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, I'm sorry to miss your call. You can call us back at 636-7547, 227-5739. Look, folks, my contention here this morning is simply this. Today, Parliament will open. Anyway, let me take this call and then I'll contribute. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, sir.
The caller before Chris. Why you talk about Marlene McDonald? I thank you.
All right, friend. Well, thank you very much. Well, look, we can point fingers here. We can point fingers here in all different directions. My contention here this morning is this. Here it is. You have the Parliament will open today. And first on the table of discussion this morning would be the legislation mandating people of Trinidad and Tobago to wear masks. Anyway, I have this caller here. Let me take it. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Morning, Ken. Morning. How are you?
Well, I doing fine this morning, and it's bacchanal this morning, you know.
Yeah, but people must realize that, Ken, this COVID situation is so bad. We shouldn't be dwelling on peripheral situation in this country.
Well, hold on. Stop right there. I'll give you additional time. Hence the reason why I said we have serious issues in front of us. A murder toll, coronavirus, cases continue to spiral in this country, murder rate, economy, and so on. And if as decision makers, as policy makers, as stakeholders in this country, you cannot find consensus on one matter, can you imagine what will happen with this group of people when Parliament continues in the coming months and in the coming years?
Well, Ken, I hope good sense actually, prevails before our funeral homes become overloaded. People must realize we're in dire straits, and we should be actually looking at our neighbors to make sure, right, that all of those positives who have been, sent home, and I agree with that, they keep their tails home and do not meander out and so forth. These are the things we should be looking at. And though actually use radio stations now at this point in time, just a campaign.
The election is over, you know.
Let's look at the realities. Let us look at the realities of this issue. See, now, I may not agree with Kamala Prasad and her choices. However, right, she is the leader of over 300,000 people. She has made a decision, and I'm sure most people agree with her decision. So QED. Thank you very much, Ken.
All right, well, thank you very much. Well, let me repeat myself. My contention here this morning is this. Here it is, Parliament will be opening today. And you have our decision makers, our policy makers. These are the people who draft legislation. These are the people who make legislation. These are the people who govern our lives. And we are in a very, very volatile situation in this country. And we cannot find consensus on one matter. So going forward, one can only make a determination. There will be more and more confrontation. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Kenrick. Your program hot this morning, baby. Morning, Mr.
Nicole.
And Trent.
Good morning.
Program hot this morning, but I think, Mr. Kenrick, well, I didn't go into detail. The last time when they had the objections to the speaker, I didn't go into details of it, all right? But I don't know, I don't know how the Prime Minister, and for him, I would have changed the speaker, the one change. Vote speaker. I'd have changed the speaker. That's my view on it. But going back into the details, I had to do a lot of research on it to see what are the concerns the opposition. And what I think the general rules of the House, right, and the concerns the opposition raised. I don't know if they were correct and how they approach it, right. And that's why I didn't go into details, right. But for the time being, we could have done another speaker. That is just my view on it for now. Based on further enlightenment of their concerns at that point in time in the last Parliament.
All right, but you say that, and you're free to share your thoughts with me.
Yeah.
You are saying that based on what Kamala Persad-Bissessar would have outlined and some of our objections, that Dr. Keith Rowley should not again reappoint Bridget Adjicet George as a Speaker of the House. That's what you're saying, yes?
If you could remember.
Right, but hold on. What would you say now as to certain resistance, certain concerns being shared by Dr. Rowley and the People's National Movement over the appointment of one Anil Roberts?
You're appointed to where?
As in the Senate.
Oh.
No, talk to me this morning. Let me hear you guys.
With the little concerns they had, people raised it against him, the little allegations they had.
Because here it is. You are finding, not you rather, but the opposition is finding certain issues and certain concerns and certain objections over the appointment of Bridget Adjicet George.
Yeah.
But then again, on the other hand, in the narrative is Anil Roberts. You find now favor with him. So that's why people are saying it's tit for tat. And
right, tit for tat. All right,
hold on. And we're starting on a very bad footing indeed.
Yeah, because the biggest, the critical issue is this right now in our health was overrun. Started to the foolishness. Remember that COVID that waited on nobody, you know. That's overrunning the country. Whether it's for that, we have to get together and decide a very fatalist things. So at this point in time, it's for that. That part of politics, but at this point in time, I don't think we have much time for that. In my view, at this point in time.
And you should
go forward and get the ball rolling.
And you should go to the head of the class. That's my contention here this morning.
Yeah,
that's my contention here this morning.
If we go to Tit and Pearlstone, we could do that for the rest. We could go straight back to before even the PNM days and come up.
Well, because
and that put us anywhere right now. At the point in time, the government has been selected by the majority, and we need to work together and go forward because the issues facing us now is far more critical than this tit for tat. Because this COVID is going to overrun the whole. If we take care, overrun the whole country. Maybe by the next week, might not anybody. Might be able to call it because might be wrong.
Well, I totally agree with you, friend. Thank you very much.
Thank you
very much. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, I'm sorry to miss your call, my friends. You need to call us back here at 636-7547, 227-5739. Let me provoke you people again and remind you what Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley would have said. This is what he said. He said Roberts' appointment only showed how Persad-Bissessar was not prepared to acknowledge how disastrous her term of office was as Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. He speculated that had the UNC won the election, Roberts was returning as the Minister of Government. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Belmont. You're calling listeners and callers.
Good morning, Belmont.
Now, when someone describes what is going on with the nomination of the Speaker as Bacchanal, I don't see it as Bacchanal because Mrs. Bissessar was quite clear. Remember, she's representing 18 MPs, plus herself is 19 elected members. Ms. George is not an elected member. She's not an MP. She is a speaker. And according to the rights of the MPs, the speaker should be impartial. And if they have a bad experience with her in the past, where she shoot down a lot of their emotions and she shoot down a lot of things that they find is unjustified in their last experience, and she as leader, it is her duty to bring it to the attention of whoever would listen. And she was courteous enough to write the speaker explaining her objections, and one should read her objections first before they could consider it to be bacchanal. And about Arnel Roberts, well, I have nothing to say about that.
Well, no, I'm surprised you have nothing to say about Arnel Roberts.
I can't hear you. I say that no, I'm not going to interfere with the appointment of Arnel Roberts. It could be immoral. I believe it is wrong, but I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the people who allege it's bacchanal in Parliament. When Dr. Williams got in, the opposition objected to Arnold Tomasos to be Speaker. The only man they didn't object to was Mortimer Duke. So I don't see anything wrong with objecting to the Speaker. They have bad experience with the lady. So you can't vex to that. Thank you very much.
No one is vexed with that, my friend. But this is the way our parliamentary or parliament is set up. The majority, the electoral college, and whoever is appointed as a Speaker of the House. Some way further down the road, the opposition may not find favor with that presiding officer. A presiding officer makes her or his own determination, guided by the rules of Parliament. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Pleasant morning, Kenrick. And how are you, man?
I doing fine this morning, friend. Good morning.
Kenrick, I understand that the former Prime Minister, the leader of the opposition, is saying that she wants to take the matter to court, the Anisette matter.
Yes.
Kenrick, I want to remind her that as it stands now, the UNC owes the PNM $7 million by way of the court. In February next year, the UNC is going to owe the PNM another $23 million by way of the court. They are also in that month going to owe the EBC $14 million by way of the court. So I just want to remind her of those numbers. And I think that they should look to pay that money before going to court.
Well, hold on. Emphasize, you're saying pay this money on what's your grounds, what's your argument?
If you have a track record of losing matters in the courts and not paying, then it should be clear, right? Pay off what you owe the courts before you go back to the courts. Right? On another topic, Kenrick, let me throw something else in the mix this morning. Right? Some months ago, I would have made mention that high-ranking officials of the UNC was seen very active in the Guyana elections. I am seeing this morning where high-ranking officials of the UNC is being appointed by the Guyanese government. Right? They are being given jobs. Right? I want to ask myself if that is payback for giving them assistance in winning the election. And I don't know if you would like to call Mr. Ramnarine to confirm what it is I am saying. Thank you very much, Kenneth.
All right, well, thank you very much. Well, look, that claim has been made and will continue to be made. But I'm not going to give that the necessary oxygen this morning. I'll tell you why. Because I do not have the facts, I do not have the figures in front of me to actually make any sort of pronouncement on that. But I will leave it up to you, the listening audience. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good
morning again, Kenneth.
Good morning to you.
You can remind me of the Trinidad lawyer who was representing the Granger party at the level of the CCJ.
A friend of a certain political leader?
Exactly. You see, so there's only talk one-sided, but I don't agree, Kendrick, that this matter with Arnold Roberts versus the Speaker of the House is tit for tat. The Arnold Roberts is selected by the opposition leader to sit in the parliament. On the other hand, the Speaker is elected
by the Electoral College.
Yes, by the Electoral College. Not the college, but the lower house. The 41 members of the lower house. You understand, Kendrick? So it's not a matter of she is there to serve both parties, all right? Whereas Arnold Roberts is just there to serve the UNC. So you can't say tit for tat. Is it not tit for tat? You understand? Because she is going to control the whole 41 members of the lower house, and there must be some kind of agreement of the person you're putting there. And if there is objection being raised already, even before she is elected, then the government, the Prime Minister must take a serious look at that. But don't come and tell me that if they put Arnold Roberts in the Senate, that has nothing. No, that he is not being elected to go into the Senate. It's a choice of the opposition leader. That's her prerogative.
Well, I hear you, my friend. Well, you would also agree that it's the prerogative of the Electoral College to select a presiding officer. In this respect, Bridget Anisette George, and the majority rules. In this respect, the People's National Movement have the majority. Let me remind you, 22 seats as opposed to 19. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Kendrick.
And good morning to you, Ms. Madras.
I've always thought that Bridget Anisette George was very biased. And even in the Joint Select Committee, when she sits there as the chairperson, I've seen her bias.
All right, hold on. Stop right there.
Go ahead.
In the term of the People's Partnership administration, what would have been your thoughts on the Speaker of the House, in this respect, Wade Mark?
You know, I've seen videos of Wade Mark, and I've read some of his past speeches, and I thought sometimes he was inept. Honestly, he was like he gets in Parliament and he just acts. He's just very dramatic, and he brings a lot of drama. And sometimes he will carry some weight. But the position of the Speaker of the House is extremely, extremely powerful, because they can kill legislation or make it live.
Well, hold on to Ms. Madras. Maybe it's about time that we look at an independent person who's not political to be the presiding officer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You made sense, Kendrick. Thank you. Comment off the air. Let's keep it going like that. We need neutrality. We don't need a prime minister bringing in somebody who will be funded by his funders and his big 1%, and then they are carrying legislation through. Legislation is coming with the cemetery and funeral, and I'll tell you what is going to happen in the next 5 years.
No, but hold on. But to do such, you will need parliamentary reform. You will need constitutional reform. Yes.
You can circumvent a lot of that.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. You know what's going to happen now? I'll tell you. This whole thing with the Senate, the Attorney General wanted to come in and says if you are in the funeral business, it's a professional and you have to have all these credentials. Now we have in Hinduism, we have funeral pyres that are open, and I have a funny feeling eventually that is going to get chipped away, because they're going to say it's a hazard, it's in the Caroni River, you can't do this, you can't do that, they're dumping things on the river, all these and stuff. So we have to kind of really, this next 5 years is pivotal for your fundamental constitutional right. And what they're going to do is they're going to keep going for that simple majority. And we have to get rid of that savings clause. And Kendrick, Professor Drayton from Barbados, I believe, wrote a wonderful piece on the Constitution of Trinidad and said we really don't have it. We just have a savings clause. It's not a real constitution. But that Speaker of the House, when that whole Petrotrin deal was going down, she repeatedly cut the UNC off, cut the opposition off. Whenever there was something coming up that involved, that had to do with jobs or something where if the opposition were questioning, a right of maybe workers or maybe a state entity that was getting a contract, she would cut that down and say, I don't think this is appropriate. This is not parliamentary business. This is not this. And there's another speaker, a gentleman, and he was more lenient. He was more fair. And he would give a lot of leeway and latitude to both sides, but he was very fair. Bridget Anisette George comes with a heavy baggage, and remember where her husband is connected with. Thanks.
Okay, my friend. Well, thank you very much. Well, we all know that, but as I said, again, let me repeat my contention here this morning. If it is that Parliament is opening today, and we cannot have agreement. We cannot find consensus, and we have all of these arguments coming to and fro. Can you imagine what will happen in the coming months as we go forward? Can you imagine what will happen? Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Just to remind you, Kenrick, Speaker is not elected by the college. Colleges are coming together of the Senate and the lower house. I think that is to elect the president. But the Speaker is elected by the lower house, 41 members only. That is not the electoral college.
All right, well, thank you very much. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
I feel the Prime Minister had an interview some time ago, and the question was asked who he would be appointed. And the Prime Minister said more than how many days ago that Miss Bridge, and it said Bridge, George, Speaker of the House was going back. Wasn't sure about Christine Kangel. Why would the opposition wait until the day? She didn't raise this argument 2 days ago, 3 days ago, a week ago. She waited the day of the opening before the opening of the Parliament to come with this piece of ginger. Ask yourself why. And hear what she did. She would not be an obstructionist. But she started the same thing. She didn't wait in the Parliament for me to deal with the mass bill, you know. And then you could tell me, well, I have a problem with the Speaker from since last year to now. And only could walk out of the Parliament. We didn't even reach there yet, according to you. And we start. So, I only want to blame, tell the Prime Minister what he should do. Just go and sleep, eh?
Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. All right, I'm sorry to miss your call. Call me back. Hello, good morning.
Kenrick.
Yeah, good morning, Chris.
The Speaker has authority.
Yes.
And that authority carries responsibility. Roberts have no authority. He's not even responsible for anybody or anything. All he is responsible is the opposition leader. So we can't equate one to the other to say the Speaker equates as Annie Roberts. Annie Roberts is like a nonentity in the House compared to the Speaker. The Speaker carries both authority and responsibility. Thank you.
All right, Chris, well, thank you very much. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
And good morning to you, Mr. Kenrick.
Good morning to you, my friend.
Kenrick.
I'm listening
all
to you.
this that before the scholar there, the secondary scholar, you understand? Why we do wait? You understand? You understand? That is nonsensical right now because the Speaker of the House, the opposition will have an issue, and the government have the majority, and they're going to pick the people. That is the law. You understand? And all this other thing about going to court and all that, they're wasting time. You understand? Deal with the people in business. You understand? What you ask for is what you're going to get. Now, I want to say something. I hear the Attorney General going to pass a law that wearing masks, and if you don't wait, it's $200,000.
I don't know about that. The specifics has not been revealed as yet, but go ahead.
Can I kill up, my brother? You have a nice weekend, and I will love to be seeing what happening in Parliament, my brother.
All right, well, thank you. Well, you have to look on today at the Parliament channel to actually get the specifics. Listen to the argument coming from both sides with the wearing of this mask, which, based on what we are seeing in front of us, well, of course, the legislation will pass. The opposition said that they will support the measure. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, good
morning.
Good morning.
I agree with the opposition that they should remove the Speaker of the House, because it's not that the PNM could choose who they want to. If the woman is normally, she would naturally bias inside this Parliament. She is, and everybody sees that when it has Parliament. It has nothing that it is PNM could choose who they want to know. The woman is biased, and at the end of the day, why we don't forget the previous government, the previous government. We're going into 15 years, and every day on this station in particular is about that UNC. Let us move on. Let us see what will happen to us this 5 years. We the people is the one on the ground here, and we will have to get the suffering. Let us see what's going to go on. Let us pray and see that something good going to happen to us. Not to bash every day. So,
well, I hear you, no, ma'am, but these are the issues in front of us. because you have certain resistance and certain objections over an important office holder, Bridget Anisette George, the Speaker of the House. And if this objection continues, well, one can imagine what will happen in the Parliament sessions in the coming days and in the coming months and in the coming years. There will be more and more confrontation, and the people's business, the issues which you have just spoken about, the bread and butter issues, will not be debated. We'll have all of these bacchanal. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning. Hello, good morning. I'm sorry to miss your call. Hello, good morning. All right, sorry, you can call us back, 636-7547, 227-5739. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Kenrick. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, people.
Good morning to you, my friend. How are you this morning? You good?
Yeah. I started to look yesterday, picking up the pieces,
Well, again,
some introspection of life.
Well, again, my condolences to you and to your family over the passing of your relative. And I hope that everything works out for you. Anyway, go ahead. What's your contribution?
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Kenrick, I'm not going to jump into this talk about the speaker and Anna Roberts and the team that's coming up. I am very much concerned about the education curricula for those less fortunate in the country who have out of work, and they are talking about online teaching. They are talking about using CPC as a medium to teach children. I am very much concerned that if we have to go down this road with our young minds, we should start it right away. The government of the day now, as Parliament is opening, should really now sit down to get something going with people who have computer stores, the principal of the schools, and then make a list of all the children who are required to have a laptop or a computer, and so the parents who cannot afford it, some assistance should be given, because at the end of the day, Kenrick, in other countries, this internet online learning is a key role at this particular time. I am also concerned about what the CMO had said about, allowing people to go home after 7 days of being quarantined in the government facilities that they have chosen. And the concern is that if I'm living next to someone that I assume who was COVID positively tested, and the government of the day, or the CMO and the Ministry of Health has released these people, how assured I am as a neighbor is knowing that these people are going to stay within the confines of their home. Then again, when you look at the cases rising, Kenrick, and you look at the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, that we have the numbers that we have active on duty, will it be enough to really man the people going to their homes to see their home, staying at home under the COVID Regulation Act of the Ministry of Health? And these are some of the questions, Kenrick, I have been, trying to play in my mind to find out what best solution we have. Now, I was one of them who asked about masks being made by law in the past. I was one of them who asked the Minister of Health, I'm asthmatic, what can we do? And he said to wear a face shield. I listened yesterday to when Brian Big was saying these things about asthmatic patients. Why did not these things talked about before? It looked like what I have been saying all along, Kenrick, is now coming to the fold, and it may take effect. But the biggest question is this. We all arguing on what is going to transpire from today. And I will say this. Allow the system to go how it is going. I have my own opinion on who the opposition either pick. But I wouldn't want to comment on it right at this time. I'm going to allow people, give them the chance to prove themselves, to see if they can move the country forward. Let us see if the Prime Minister and his delegation that he has can make the proper decision for the young minds. And my problem right now is, as I said before, the young minds in this country. And I will allow them to do what they have to do. And if they falter along the way, Kenrick, well, then we have the right to come out and do what we have to do. But, Kenrick, the way the cases going in this country, and people not paying attention, Kenrick, I am seeing that our country has fallen. We are in a mess, and I hope that we want it to come. Maybe God will help us come out of it. But we are just a dot in the map. And the weather pattern is changing day by day, and flooding is coming up more and more, and we do not know how to solve some of our own problems in our own community. But we will look to clamor and decision that the makers and framers of this country is doing at this particular time.
All right. Well, I hear you, Larry, and thank you very much for your contribution with me here this morning. Well, that's the point I'm making. Here it is. We have a Parliament opening today, the ceremonial opening, and we have already started on a very bad footing over the appointment or selection of a presiding officer. And if this is the way we when I say we, stakeholders, policymakers, decision makers, going to behave in the highest court in the land, well, then what can we expect in the coming months and in the coming weeks? Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Henrik, I crave your indulgence.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I don't want to call the fella dunce in the house because I know you don't like me to use that term.
No, hold on. People have a right to make their point and they have a right to share their views.
So I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But I just want to remind you, the Prime Minister can't elect no speaker, no house. He could nominate the 41 members of the lower houses who vote to elect the speaker. And members of both sides don't have to vote for any nomination that their party puts up. In other words, the 22 members of the PNM don't have to vote, because if my memory serves me right, I think that is done by secret ballot. So no 22 members of the PNM don't have to vote for Anisette George. So the speaker is elected by the 41 members. So the Prime Minister, you can't come and tell me the Prime Minister elected Anisette George. That will be done today, when the first order of business is to elect the speaker, and that is done by the 41 members of the lower house. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Well, I totally agree with you, I totally agree with you. But one has to look in terms of a collective responsibility. And in this respect, the People's National Movement have what you call the majority in the House. Let me emphasize, the People's National Movement have the majority in the House, 22. So these members, the 22 members, will vote, whether secretly or by the showing of hands or whatever, will find favor with the nomination coming from the People's National Movement. Let's take this caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Jagannath Belmont again.
Good morning, Belmont.
I would not exactly agree with who's saying that this is an indication of things to come and how the parliament will be. But I look at it the other way. By Ms. George realizing that she is not in favor with the opposition because of her behavior last time, she may behave different and allow the opposition their fair chance to debate and to raise different motions and things like that. She might be more courteous to the opposition, and it might work out better for Parliament and for the nation. Thank you very much.
All right, well, that is just pure speculation. But listen to what Dr. Rowley would have said. But anyway, let me take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Kendrick, I'll make it quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's three things you need in a Speaker of the House. And the Speaker of the House, the caller before his last caller was right, has to be elected by the MPs. Not by Prime Minister can't come in and say, yeah, I put in Ms. George. You can't. It's a very, very, very powerful position. I'm telling you, that position has a lot of power and money involved in it. What I want to say is this, three things: impartiality, transparency, and neutrality, right? She has shown repeatedly in the past 5 years she has failed to live up to those standards. And we don't follow the Parliament of England. We have our own parliament here. There's no real parliament. And if you look at many countries in this world that were colonized by the British Parliament, a lot of them are now learning the rules because they had learned the rules from crooked colonial landowners who were trying to steal from England. So they kind of kept that and they used that same methodology here. And I'll tell you something, Dr. Williams really wasn't the founding fathers, and we don't really have framers of a constitution when you have a savings clause in a constitution. But we won't get constitutional because this government is on a map, a road map to enrich themselves. And you'll see roads, bridges, pet projects, and education will suffer, but they will have their pet projects. Pay attention, and maybe all our children should be listening to Parliament since COVID is here. Thanks, Kendrick.
All right, well, thank you very much for your contribution on this matter. But just you all would have put forward your argument. Let me put forward now the argument coming from government leader Camille Robinson Regis. But let's take this call on the line first. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5.
Mr. Kenwick.
Good morning.
What I will suggest at this point, and one thing I like about your program is called it, we like to offer suggestions and solutions. And I will suggest let the Parliament settle down and let us look at our way of choosing our speaker and what through the opposition eyes in a more balanced way. And that may require constitutional reform, and let's lobby for that, if not now or in the next 5 years, because our election is due in the next 5 years. And we're not going to do like when it's our turn, it's good for us we say anything, because Wayne Mark was accused of certain times of being biased as well. And that is where the point comes now. Let us look at a different method of choosing a speaker and work towards that in the future. And my little humble suggestion for now.
All right. Well, thank you very much. All right. Let me remind you of what Camille Robinson Regis is reported to have said as it relates to this matter. She asks, since they feel so strenuously about this matter, that is the appointment, or rather the nomination of Bridget Anisette George, is it that they are going to put forward a nominee? And hence I asked that question this morning. So who is the opposition's nominee? And we move on again. Why don't they put forward another nominee and let the democratic process take its course if they feel that strongly? Those are some of the concerns, and those are some of the points being argued by Camille Robinson Regis. Robinson Regis said on the issue of the motion of censure against the Speaker, the leader of the opposition did not present herself at the Parliament, did not participate in the debate, nor in the vote, but now wanted to come and talk. She said the motion of censure against Anisette George went through the parliamentary process and went down to defeat, having not favor with the majority. And let me quote again, with the majority of members. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975.
Camille Robinson Regis, the opposition is stupid?
No, she not.
To come to make a suggestion and say, wait, who is you? Who is you? What kind of stupidity you hear about these people, the ball from these people's mouth? You as opposition, you could say, we prefer to have such and such a person as a speaker. What kind of do this is? And you know something? Tell something.
Look, Chris, I am just...
Let me make this point again.
Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
The speaker has a responsibility for the proper organization of the parliament for the benefit of the development of Trinidad and Tobago. We know the speaker is biased towards who plays the piper, calls the tune. We know that. But at least show some kind of integrity in dealings. You had cases of crime. You had cases of the virus. You shoot down everything.
All right, Chris, hold on.
Where are we going with it?
No, hold on. Let's leave it there because I have to go up to the 8 o'clock news hour. You can call me back. Yes? Okay, thanks. Well, we're up to the 8 o'clock hour on 975 FM hotline.